It's always the most difficult question to answer is who you are. And that was for a long time a question I tried to answer. Who is Sasha Riess? Is that only my name? Or it's something more behind that story of who really I am? But if I look a little deeper behind the name, would be a hidden little boy, sad, alone, abandoned, and trying to find his place under the sky in this world. And oftentimes the best place to land would be in the arms of the dog. Safe, quiet, place of acceptance, not judgmental, and peaceful. And everything starts from there. Who am I? Who is Sasha Riess? So it's a journey of 30 years trying to answer that question. But everything started to unfold one day when I actually realized that freedom of one lays between the boundaries of his destiny. And hello everyone, good evening. Welcome to the new episode of this podcast series named Grooming with a Positive Mental Attitude. Today topic and today episode is going to talk about the dream high, dream big, attract and create your dreams as your reality. Don't repel and put them in wealth, create wealth out of them. That's very important way of how you can actually turn your dreams through the positive mental attitude into your life saving. How you create wealth, where wealth actually is not only recognized as money, but also the most important sophisticated portion of the wealth should be peace of mind. So how you create a peace of mind out of your dreams with a source in between. Don't repel, never give up on your dreams, never give up on your dreams. How those things are connected and what the positive mental attitude in the grooming business itself has to do with all of this, what we are actually tonight going to talk about. So the first thing is actually the plan or the dreams can't be just a vague thing that you have floating around your thoughts, because if you do not write them down, if you do not have your thoughts cleared up and you put them in writing, I'm today happy and grateful that,
My company operates all over the world. One by one, like Sasha Riess experience centers gonna grow and find their place to serve the clients all over the globe. I invent more products. I give peace of mind to my products. And slowly, through knowing that I'm serving someone, they're gonna find, I want to find a perfect niche and perfect people that my products, my vision, my classes, and everything that we're gonna do in this new little experience that we are just together kind of like manifesting here in USA, Chicago, gonna be blessed by using our products. And how are you gonna combine the nutrition, the behavior, and the dog grooming based on, just a second, how are you gonna combine all of that with the, I think the mic is off on the, can you check the live on the Instagram? Just a second to check here too. Something's going on with our mic here. Okay, I think, can you hear me, Instagram? So that's the question. I'm sorry. If you can, you say hi. If you can't, we're gonna fix it somehow. So, what? Yeah, can you just start it again then? Okay, so there is no tone on the, because I just gotten my battery was low. Okay, just take that one and then do it yourself. Okay, thank you. So keep moving on this part. Sorry, Instagram, we're gonna get you back live too. So the dreams that are not created and turned into a plan are actually unused dream. They're gonna vanish. You're gonna forget that actually something is going on there. You, every single time, I have my little book. Where is the book? Here is the book. It says, bring it on. And my little Bring It On book is kind of full of my notes and everything that I'm kind of going through, understanding it how and when I dream something about, and then I put it in a writing. And then kind of working on it as it goes, because sometimes it's just a collection of sometimes it's just a collection of all kind of words without any means. And slowly, oftentimes, the words and the means gonna, blend in together, and it's gonna turn into some meanings to the words. So then the words gonna organize themselves into sentences, and sentences gonna be in some sort of plan. And once there is a plan, you give it a timeline to that, and then from there on, you can create whatever you want. So the very important thing is that you have your dreams on paper. So if you put your dreams on paper, then you can actually have, it's not a dream anymore. Now it's a plan. Now it's a goal. It's not straight. Can you just leave Instagram out from that? So now, once you have a dream on a paper, it's not a dream anymore. Now it's a plan and a goal. And the goal, you give it a time frame. You say, I'm gonna do this in a year, 2, 3, whatever you wanna do there. And then now you're creating this goal time frame that are going to put your dream into motion, and this with the motion of achieving the dreams. What happens there oftentimes is that we don't have an ideal way of how we're going to do things. So the very important thing is that you don't wait for the perfect time. You don't wait to have more money to do something. You don't wait to rent this place and then to rent that other place, or to do this or to do that, or to lose weight, or to have more, whatever you need, whatever you are in lack now. Don't take it as an excuse of not putting your dreams in motion. Start where you are at with what you have, and start working one step at a time, because the God is going to tell you, you do your part and I'll follow. You make a first step and I'll be there. But you need to knock. You need to knock. I'll open. But show me that you believe in this. Show me that actually by being able to lose everything, I'm going to help you gain everything. But you need to be sure. That's the way how we how we actually turn our dreams into emotions, and how we actually transform the unphysical reality of our mind into a physical reality that surrounds us. Every single big or small or whatever event that's, you see around yourself, at one time it was a dream of someone. The mic, the computer, the lights, the cameras, the system, everything was a dream. Someone was dreaming about that the people need this so they can have a wonderful voice or the camera for the live streams. And then slowly they gave it a use, they gave it a model, someone paid, they find the investors or they paid themselves, bank loans or things like that. But the things actually started to move on and move on. On the other side, what's the most important thing that the people fail by achieving the dreams and goals? They repel. They repel and, oh, it doesn't matter. Oh, it's not. Oh, I tried and it doesn't help. Oh, it's not the way I wanted. Oh, if I would just have this, or if I would just have that. No, don't repel, because you never know how long it's going to take for the seed that you planted to bloom. How long that's going to take, no one knows. For some babies, like a human babies, we need 9 months. For the chicken, there is 3 weeks. For the carrot, there is like also 21 days. For the wheat, there is, 8 months. For the elephant and the horse, maybe over a year. You never know how long it's going to take. And that's where you actually have your faith in action is strpljenje. Patience. By patience, we actually, with the patience, we proclaim our faith. That we believe it's going to happen. Doesn't matter when and how it's going to happen. But I can't just sit there and wait. I need to take an active action. But then when I did everything I can, I need to move on the other side. So because sometimes we put we put a seed inside the filter, inside the beautiful earth, and then we wait. But you are just not sitting there and watching inside. You go aside and do something else, and then in a couple of days come and do whatever is needed to be done. But you need to give a time for all of that to move on and actually get the God work on your project himself. If you for example dream your job. The problem with the grooming is actually that no one dreams big and high. We all try somehow, not in a way that we have in a shop that's gonna kind of create jobs for 50 groomers and then we groom 100 dogs or 200 dogs or 50 dogs or whatever. No, the way how the new world is actually going to unfold in front of us is what the dream should be about. It's how to develop the grooming standard 2.0 and how to move on 3.0. What changed in our industry since 1970s or 1960s? What changed? Nothing. The dogs are still on some tables with some safety loops. And then the process looks the same. The tools we use the same. Everything looks like the same. So there is not some kind of invention that it might be this design or that design, or it can have little more, a little better. But what I think the industry becomes boring, and that's why the people are very burned out doing these things. Because they're the same things over and over, the same environment. Maybe the color of the walls would be different, but what's different here? And that is where you feel, and I see a lot of people turning a burn south. The people are burning in this industry. No one knows why. Oh, because it's stressful. How can something that we love so much be stressful? It can be stressful, but we create an environment that we inherited because we don't create nothing new. So we don't create nothing new because who am I to create anything? Who am I to dream? Who am I to put everything in this? When everyone has a dog and they have a leash and then they put it in a leash and then the leash and the harness is like this, and then this is how you train your dog, this is how you groom your dog, and every single thing is going on and moving on. The entire world is evolving. Everything is in a scale of evolution. Just somehow looks like this beautiful industry called grooming remains the same. The people winning the shows are the same, the teachers are the same, the speakers are the same, the topics are the same. Everyone keeps speaking the same story and same story and same story. When we see a lot of new people and more new people and waves of new people coming in, and then you see the waves of the people going out, and here and there someone stays and they enjoy this beautiful industry, creating again a new wave of already seeing everything. And that's why we are at Sasha Riess, and the new brand that we are connecting and partnering with create these 2.0 dreams, the grooming standard 2.0. That's what we are all about. How to create something that's unseen, how to open the new paradigm, how to serve the clients with a positive mental attitude, how to be positive to the colleagues, positive to the others groomers, but also positive to the people that own pets. The question to understand, why do they have pets? Why the dog has a dog? Why the people has a dog? What's the dog represent in their life? Where is the best friend? Where is this synonym of dogs is man's best friend is coming from? How the man can't have other men for the best friend? Why do people need a dog for their best friend? Why do people can't be a best friends to each other? That's the world we are serving. And that's the world that will need something gonna need to change there in order for us to survive this. You know, the marketing agency oftentimes was just, you know, printing the papers and then selling the printing materials as advertising. And then TV came, the radio came first, and then TV came, and then the movies came, and then Facebook came, and then Instagram came. So the industry changed. I feel like we are somehow here in this beautiful industry stuck in dreams. Because I think what we really are dealing here, not that there's lack of dreams, but there's lack of action on achieving the dreams. If you dream about a beautiful brush and great comb and something, why you can't make it become a part of reality? Or how something else is made? What creates a perfect grooming experience for the clients and for the dog and for me? How this is to be elevated to the next step? That's the big question. Who's gonna do that? It's up to us. Dream, attract, dream. Don't repel. Never repel on that. And it's gonna create wealth. Can you find in the book, like, what's the 13 symptoms of richness, please, again? I was just busy thinking of this slide, so I didn't make it happen. 12 or 13 signs of richness. So the other idea is, what I wanted to share here is how you create wealth is by saving. And the biggest idea that people tell to me, like, I don't have enough money to start saving. I learned that from the book called, and I'm not good at saving at all, but I'll try my best. I'm trying actually my best. And I know how that's important. And by putting up this little confession that, yeah, I don't save, but I know how important that is to save is just actually it's really kind of mind-blowing to understand that there is something inside me that calls for this action to be done, so I can kind of create something more out of my talks to myself. So how do you make money? By saving for your dreams to come true when the right time comes. Because the gods also said, like, we don't know, for example, we don't know when the second coming of the Christ is going to happen, or the first coming of the Christ, no matter which beliefs you are, or if the Christ either came or not, or when we're going to die, let's say. We don't know. So we need to be ready for those days, and we need to be ready for that time like it's going to happen this night. Because I don't know, will I be, live tomorrow? Everything can be changed in a, blink of the eye. So what dreams I dreamed so far, and what I have done in order to make them happen, and am I actually ready to die tomorrow or tonight? Will I be regret? Will there be a regret of me living, or actually not living? Not me enjoying this life to the fullness, but living the legacy. What have I done so when I go, everything that I'm left is actually something that makes this world be nicer and better place than it was before I came here. How the groomer that owns the grooming shop can actually compete in this beautiful arena of leaving legacy behind, not another owner of some filthy grooming shop that existed and lived here and then never, I don't know, it was just another groomer there. It's another owner. The old one sold the business, or it's, went chasing his dreams on. So what I want to say here is, when the time comes, you need to be ready. How are you going to get ready? Because if there is no savings, and there is no savings because there was no money to save. And then the people said, like, my mentor would say, like, you save from no matter how much money you have, but there is a saving account that you need to, move your money away from you, so it doesn't get stuck there. So there is an access to those funds when you're actually going to need them. And what you're going to need those savings for. You save for something, and then when something happens, then you need to have a money for that something. So then I learned that in a book named The Richest Man in Babylon, that I highly recommend you to watch. It's like I highly recommend that book for your watch. So it's like 100 pages book. It's very easy to go through, and it says, like, we are all having the same 24 hours. We all have the same possibilities living, especially in this country. So everything is up to your own wish and will to make it happen. The question becomes, will you have an excuse or not doing it, or you can take an opportunity and work it your way? So what it says, like, 10% of everything you earn, no matter is that $1, a dime, no matter how it's maybe 25 cents, dedicate something to a savings. Once you put that in your habit, you're going to kind of see how the money on its own blows more. So from saving $1 a week, you save $10 a week. From $10, you go to $50. From $50, you to $1,000. And then slowly, you're just having on this account that you already forgot that there exists, the bulk of the money that you suddenly don't know what to do. And then the book recommends invest. But before you invest, try to find the good experts, so you get advised by the expert way to invest. That is why at Sasha Riess we opened a lot of things for the people to search for, because oftentimes the dreams that I have would did you find it? Look for it online. Just send me on the WhatsApp. Overcome my possibilities and savings and everything, but I don't let that stop me. I would go after, because it's not about what I need in order to make this product happen and appear on the market so I can become more richer. It's not about how many money I'm gonna earn on this. It's important, but it's important in order to keep putting it back to use, so we can invent more products to serve communities and people. And we are committed to, shaping the edge of the industry, creating a patented products, not to patent them, just to patent them. And no, patent for me is kind of proof that I'm on the cutting edge. I'm on the cutting edge, not I'm on the cutting edge. No, the product we create and we make are the cutting edge of the industry. So when we created a shampoo and conditioner, I said there is nothing more you need. So it's not a conditioner for the coat. It's a conditioner for the dog. And once the dog coat is hydrated and beautifully moisturized, and the skin is healthy, then the coat tends to gravitate to its natural state, to become more curly, so more volumized, to become more fluffy, to become more curly, to become more silky, to become more shy, to become whatever is. Did you send it? Whatever is the natural state of the coat, when the coat is healthy, tends to be even better. So that is why one shampoo and one conditioner for all coat types, it's patented. It's proven it works. But then when it comes to the point, we don't like actually really how it looks like because it's too soft or it's too harsh. But then you say, like, then you don't need a cosmetic procedure in order to fix that. You need to create an environment for the dog to produce a better coat. And then at that point, you kind of make yourself and understand that there is an idea of people having, then we actually, in our research, we took in and understood, like, maybe we should stop producing shampoos and conditioners, because this is it. You need shampoo and conditioner. But what we want to do now is actually enter the body with the supplements and healthy food. So that is where our attention is now, creating a supplements that will help you engage the inside atmosphere of the dog's body, so the coat produced would be the maximum of its possibilities. So when you use shampoo and conditioner, the coat gonna glow in its maximum and fully potential. And then what tools we can use, how we can penetrate more market, how we can find more people that they will, by using our products, will have less stress on their body, less stress on the dog, less stress, but not only. I think that the industry is too much focused on the beauty and the health of the dog, beauty and the coat of the dog. We need to transcend that. We need to go to a reason why the mankind lives next to the four-legged animal, and why did we create this beautiful animal to be a best friend of ours? Why we can't turn to another people having a best friend? So how we can use these wonderful creatures to learn from them how to become a better people. And in that process of development, of this shifting consciousness shift, the grooming is essential. Because if you don't have a maintained home, maintained coat, maintained relationship, will be creating a chaos instead of harmony. And that's why we came up with a creed of our company, towards pure love and harmony. We are taking our clients and our customers towards pure love and harmony since 1991. How? By creating a cutting-edge products and services and classes for the educational content that will help people transform this beautiful relationship into a pureness of it. How to achieve that? You need to know something, so there is a source of the knowledge to learn, to raise your consciousness, and then the tools to achieve that in practical way, either for the pet owners or the pet care professionals. So how you would know that actually you can speak about, I'm wealthy. I'm wealthy. What's wealthy mean? And thank you, Vedran, for finding this for me. So it says, like, what are the 12 symptoms or signs of richness? We were already talking about that, but I just want at this point to remind you that creating a wealth is actually creating a peace of mind. And the peace of mind is achieved through achieving a positive mental attitude, sound physical health, harmony in a human relationship. Doesn't say no harmony in a dog-human relationship. No, harmony in a human relationship make one rich. How we can achieve that? By learning it how to be a best friend from the dog. Because the dog is the best friend to the humans. Because we don't know what to do. So how the dog can teach me to become better human? So I bring this harmony, because the relationship between me and my dog is a relationship. So in every single relationship, there are the rules. So probably this relationship that I have with my dog applies the same rules I have with the other people. How to transform this one into that one? Because that's gonna contribute to my feeling of wealth. So harmony, human relation, freedom of fear. So when I'm free of fear, I'm full of love, because that on one end is a fear, on the other end is a love. So love and fear are two distant and opponent points. It's not love and hatred, that's still the same point. It's not love and how you say ravnodušnost, when you kind of content. Is that a word? Or being content? It's not even that. That's still, if I don't have any emotions toward you, it's meaning that I don't have an emotions. That doesn't mean I love you. That means that I don't love you. and I don't have any emotions to you. So what would be the opposite of the love? So the content is not on that scale at all. So when I have love, what I don't have for sure, and that would be fear. The freedom of fear brings love to bloom. Okay? So the hope of future achievements, that's what we told now. So I know I'm going to make it no matter what. The capacity for the applied faith. So by being patient, I apply my faith. By being patient. The God was telling to Adam and Eve, don't take the fruit from this tree yet. Don't take it yet. It's going to come time when you will be able to eat from that. No, now. So the capacity for the applied faith, willingness to share one's blessing with the others, to be engaged in the labor of love, to open mind towards all subjects for all people, complete self-discipline, wisdom with which one to understand people, and finally, financial security. So that means being wealthy. Having these 12 ideal components of one's personality means one is wealthy. Having a financial security doesn't necessarily, it's on the end of the list that starts with a positive mental attitude. So without positive mental attitude and sound physical health, the wealth can't be achieved. Can't. C-A-N-T. Can't be achieved. Because without positive mental attitude, I don't know what I want. Without positive mental attitude, I don't even know what I don't know. And if I don't know what I don't know, then I can't even raise my consciousness towards something I want to improve on, because I'm going to be full of myself without even open to learn new things. And if I'm not open to learn the new things, I can't raise my consciousness on a certain topic. So that would be my path to wealth. From the dreams into actions through the not repelling. That's very important. Don't repel after first things go wrong. Change the plan, not the dream. Find another way. Start now, not tomorrow. Start now, where you are at now, with the sources and resources you have now. Don't repel, and witness the wealth. About wealth, when I say wealth, doesn't mean only money. It means, listen carefully, positive mental attitude, sound physical health, harmony in a human relationship, freedom from fear, the hope for the future achievements, the capacity for applied faith, willingness to share one's blessing with the others, to be engaged in the labor of love, to be open mind towards all subjects for all people, complete self-discipline, wisdom with one to understand people, and financial security. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful week, and see you next Monday. Maybe a little later. I keep you up on the time because it's too beautiful to spend time next to your computer. Love you. Have a wonderful and blessed week. See you next Monday on Sasha Riess World Facebook page. Love you. Good night and goodbye.